Hi everyone, this is Robin Holstein in the studio. I am going back to the Let's Draws. I'm enjoying being on a traditional animation. I was animating earlier today, but now it's before and after work is working on inking and comics and other stuff I like to work on and love to show you all. So yeah, I am going to be, for now that Inktober's over, hopefully you all enjoyed that. And if you haven't seen any of my videos, after this video you can go and check them out, or you can go check it out now. But it was a super big challenge. I'll talk more about that later. I'm not sure if you can see this, but I am drawing this today, inking this. I draw on the bus, and which is interesting because I can't put a lot of detail into it because the bus is bouncing all over the place. Anyway, yes, inking this, so I'm gonna get to it, and you all can watch me do it. And I'm gonna be shooting real time at first, and then I'll speed this up in the video editing, if I think the video is running too long. But while I talk, it's gonna be real time. I know some of you want that, so I'm gonna do that. For those of you who are new or just haven't, or watched my videos and haven't done it yet, please subscribe. It really helps. Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully y'all can see there's the pencils. Try not to give myself too much detail these days. I think I mentioned this in the past, but I'm really trying to draw off my inks, so I'm trying to give myself just the bare minimum. Oh, where to begin? For updates, excuse me. So a lot has happened. The Inktober event that I just mentioned is over, and that was an eye-opener for me. That was the second time I've done Inktober, and I've never done it all the way through. So that was like my goal. It was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it all the way, and make treat it like an event, and hopefully spread good some art. Excuse me. I should have done this before. I should have done that beforehand. I forgot how much recording and drawing at the same time is like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. It's a little difficult. So Inktober, it showed me that for one, you can see I'm working in the format still of Inktober. I think it's more important to stay consistent with my schedule than before. I was thinking I was trying to do 11x17 illustrations, and they're cool when I do them, but I will admit I was being inconsistent. It was a lot of work, and maybe some partial laziness, but yeah, it's a lot of work to pump out an 11x17 full illustration once a week, and that's why I switched over to twice a week, but still I was having a hard time. So yeah, just switch back to this smaller format. And one of the benefits, actually, I've already noticed, it's this size is kind of a large panel. Oh, hold on, I forgot to plug this back in. Hold on. Close. All right, get ready for the shakes. Plug in, come There we go. Oh, lost my focus. Let's refocus on that. There we go. Lock focus. Yeah, you can lock focus on your iPhones if you just hold down on the screen, and a little yellow window will come up, and then if you keep holding it, it will do like a blink blink, and that means it's locked its focus. Tangent, I know. Oh, and you're going to be hearing ping pongs in the background. Those are my cats that I adopted. Some of you who follow me on social media maybe I'm more consistent on Instagram. Like I do post to Twitter, but it's more like I tell Instagram just to go ahead and shoot over to Twitter. So I prefer Instagram because I don't really talk too much. I prefer platforms that focus on art, and that I believe Instagram is more set up for that. So yeah, my wife and I adopted 2 cats. I picked them out. And I was like, I have a good feeling about these ones. And they're both boys, they're roommates, they're not litter mates. And if I have talked about this before, my apologies. I don't have a very good memory on what I've talked about or not. So yeah, we gave them a ping pong ball to play with, and they love it. So you're going to probably hear that happening in the corner or in the video. So, Inktober, smaller format. Oh yeah. So working at this paper is size I'm working at is a large panel. I would consider in comics. So actually working at this size, I won't be working at 11 by 17, which is like a splash page. I won't be working at that size often. I'll be working more like on smaller sizes. So it's actually better for me to train at this size. And I consider all this stuff training while I write my comic. I didn't realize like I was getting out of drawing shape until I did, until Inktober came about. And then I started seeing, after 2 weeks of consistently creating an illustration a day, I started seeing like, drawing was easy, inking was easier, and I kind of was getting back to a better quality in work, like I was maybe about 6 months ago. Yep. So I am inking some Trailblazers. So I'm going to come in and out of talking like I have like when I was recording these in the past. Like I said, and it's just because I don't have a lot of information I'm giving myself, I actually have to think a little bit more. Actually was kind of one of the reasons why I don't record myself while I draw these. I wasn't doing that for a while because I'm thinking. There we go. Anywho, so Inktober, another benefit it taught me was consistency, and the benefits of. It was interesting seeing. It was almost like an experiment, seeing what happened with my social media. When I was consistently pumping out an illustration a day, and I rapidly increased like my YouTube viewers and my Instagram followers, I almost doubled in both platforms. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that's why they say be consistent, because that can happen. But, you know, I'm realistic, and it's like I wasn't able to write on my comic or contribute to it to it at all. So that was kind of a bummer, and so that's why I can't pump these out like once a day, maybe every other day. Yeah, so it's an interesting schedule, but I'm trying to be a little bit more frequent with these. That kind of looks like a sweater sleeve. I don't think this guy would have sweater sleeves back then. Okay, there we go. And he's got two different sleeves. He's got a billow and a tight sleeve. Let's have that tight sleeve be bound a little bit to make it feel like, yeah, there we go. Oh, the beauty of living on a busy street. So yeah, news. I am coming out. I'm going through the research and preparing and just figuring out what needs to be done for my new art book that I want to have for next year. I've gotten to the point where it's just it's just time for a new art book, and I would like to have something new for my table when I attend conventions. So yeah, new art books coming out. But first, I'm actually going to be running a Kickstarter campaign, so you all can be on the lookout for that. I'll tell you all as well, but you'll start seeing promotional material beginning in December, and then in January I'm planning to kickstart, and so I can hopefully have that if I hopefully successfully get funded for the book, and then that way I can have it for most of the conventions. By the time after printing and laying out and getting the proofs and approving, I'll probably already be in the middle of the convention, not in the middle, at the beginning of the conventions. And yeah, excited, planning on attending a lot of conventions next year. I've already been going through and making contacts with folks. I only have one confirmed right now. I hope that's not my only one. That'd be really sad. But yeah, waiting for a response from Silicon Valley Comic-Con, and waiting a response from San Francisco Comic-Con. Their booths went up. Let's see, their booth was $75 for the first year, and I'm like, well, this is not going to last. They can't afford that. So, and yeah, it was just the first year. They wanted to attract artists, and so so now the prices are back to like $300, which is standard. Got those like deer chaps, the doe-skin chaps. So that's like more the Native American, like the fray tying that they do for their pants. had to quickly come up with this on the bus, so I'm like kind of just going by the seat of my pants here. But it's honestly good to do that every once in a while, because I don't have time to plan all the time. So it's good for you artists out there. It's good practice to see how much you can get done without like looking at reference. Eric Canetti, he's a really good artist that you should check out if you don't know who he is. He does a 90-minute challenge where he has to ink, I think it's at 11 by 17 or it's near that size. Let's see, get that crease right there. And he has to ink, pencil and ink it, and from beginning to end, illustrate it in 90 minutes. And that's really cool practice, because it teaches, drifting away from the camera, it teaches the artist what details are important and what details can be dumped. So yeah. Why did I give him sneaker laces? Bad Robin. This is not okay. These guys are not of the time period. I mean, no, what time period? I was like, I'm throwing stuff together. Okay, I'm gonna need to focus up on this. So I'm gonna turn on some smooth jazz right now. Probably not smooth jazz, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to some music so I don't have to talk, and I can finish this illustration for you all. And then I may or may not. No, I'll come back near the end of it for the outro. All right, let me get this done. Just keep dropping shadow on some parts here. Just to make them pop, because I want them to be a little bit darker this is kind of 50% gray tone, so I need to go more into the 80%, and also cleaner whites, and just to give them more contrast is pretty much what I'm trying to say. Let's drop some on the sleeves here. So now I'm just looking for black and white pattern areas for me to put solids. This guy back here is me. I'm a little researcher, drawing and sketching or writing down as I go. That'd be funny. Well, thank you all for watching this week's Let's Draw. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you all haven't done it yet, please subscribe. Also, check it out, my website, robinholstein.org. There's a newsletter that you can join that I already sent out this month's newsletter, where they get a unique piece of art that I don't share anywhere else, just as an incentive, for y'all joining that newsletter. I think I'm going to put a little bit more branches in the top here. Yeah, and be on the lookout for that Kickstarter. Just a few more branches just to fill this out. I'm going to be talking about it some more because that's what's consuming my life right now, like getting ready for that, talking to printers. Yeah. So for this one, it's more atmospheric perspective, a lot more detail up front. It's almost a little too busy, but these guys, I think I should have taken out some of the detail around his face and stuff like that. These guys are fine though, and due to their black and white design, they pop from the rest of the background. So yeah, thank you all again for watching, and look out for this video next week. These are like pre-recorded drawings, and then I'm hoping to do more live drawings on the weekend, and give myself more challenges of, I might work actually half this size, a little smaller, so I can get something done. But also, I'm playing around. This is all play for me, but yeah, the challenge would be no underdrawing, ink only, straight up, and what I put down I just have to deal with. So it's probably gonna look pretty bad at first, but once I have a feeling after a while of doing it, it'll click. Yeah, so have a great week, and everyone enjoy their Wednesday. Bye.